Hello there everybody. So today we're going to be looking at some rocks that I got done tumbling. We got some from Botswana here. It's a country down in southern Africa. And then we also have some from Malawi here. It's another country over on the southeastern coast of Africa. But before we do that, we're going to be doing the giveaway drawing where we pick a number between 1 and 1,000. And we're going to see who the winner is from the contest for my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. All right, about ready to pick a number between 1 and 1,000 on this random number wheel here. Closest to the number without going over is going to win. And here we go. $384. All right, I had to look and see real quick who the winner was, and it looks like we got Nick over at City Rock Hounding. Awesome. Congratulations, Nick. I already have all of Nick's information, but I'm making up these 1 pound bag of tumbled rocks, just assorted tumbled rocks and stuff. So I'm going to be making these available for sale, but I'll be giving one of these bags away to Nick as a giveaway winner, and I'll probably throw in some other stuff too. So, all right, let's go ahead and take a look at these agates now. All right, so first we're going to be looking at the Malawi agates. Malawi is over here in Africa, and last time we were looking at the Swazi agates from Mozambique, which is this country in Africa. And then we also have these Botswana agates here that we'll be looking at. And Botswana is this country over here in Africa. So, but first we're going to be looking at all these Malawi agates here. Like I said, these come from this part of Africa right in here, this country, Malawi. All right, we're going to try to look at them as quickly as possible, but we'll still give them all the good looking over, all the good ones at least. It's a pretty cool one. A lot of these have Malawi, Alimajo, XLs, and there's Gambiris, 1970s, classic. So there's a few different Malawis and Botswalis. Yeah, I really like this one. This one's one of my favorite ones. Pretty colorful. The back sides can be kind of funky. The good parts take a shine, and the other parts don't. But yeah, they turned out pretty nice for the most part. There's only a few of them that I had to retumble or that really weren't any good at all. But it's like that with any agate that you tumble. But these Malawis, because they're smaller and they're just the nature of them, they tend to be, you know, like this on the outside, and a lot of them. Some of these will be going into my 1 pound grab bags that I'm making up. These are some of my favorites too. I really like the colors in these ones. Too bad about the fracture going down the middle of it there, but held up okay. Didn't cause any problems when it was tumbling. It would take me forever to polish, face polish all these by hand, and it's just a lot easier, honestly, and especially the ones that are fractured like that. You know, they're it's just a lot easier to tumble them than it is to go through and face polish all of them. It's got a really nice polish on most of them. So I use the cerium oxide as the final polish on these. Super cerium oxide. Some of them are a little harder to see the patterns inside there. Yeah, some of these Botswanas here didn't get the most amazing shine on them. They're okay. I mean, they're not bad. But they could be just a little bit better. You can see why they're called Botswalis. They're they're Malawis that look like Botswanas. So that's kind of why I'm showing these all together here. Tumbled them all together. It's a really nice one here. I like the pattern on that. That's really cool. Just the other half of that one. Yeah, some of these, they're okay. I mean, you never know what they're going to be like until you cut them. It's pretty neat on the outside here. It's just that little pocket kind of ruins it for me. Only because it tends to chip out and fall apart, and it looks like that. Sometimes if it stayed like this here, that'd be fine, but it just happens sometimes. No big deal. I still like it, Yeah, I'd say some of these are just really, really hard to see the patterns in them. Nonetheless, they're pretty cool. I don't know, it's a neat little pattern there. Let's go ahead and look at some of these bigger ones in back here. Yeah, some of these turns out really, really fantastic. I think that's a really neat one. I like how you can see through that one. That's just really cool. I like that a lot. It's a nice one. And these are the Alimajo ones. A lot of these are. A lot of the better ones. Got these mostly from Joshua Ritter over at Agates. Go to agates.de. I'm not going to have very many of these Malawis left. So they changed the kind of like Botswana, they have to be tumbled or pre-worked before they get shipped out of the country. So I think Joshua still has some available on his website. I'm not entirely certain. I think the gem shop also has some Malawi babies for sale that you can purchase and cut on your saw and throw them in your rock tumbler like I did. I like it's almost kind of like a pinkish color on them. Maybe it's hard to see in the I haven't really taken a UV light to these. I don't know if any of these are going to react to that black light. Yeah, some of these really aren't too fantastic. They're alright. It's just fractures in them can be pretty brutal sometimes. I tried to sort them out before I started making this video, so hopefully it'll go a little faster. Oh, it sounds like somebody's shoveling outside. It's not like it's snowing, so I don't know what they're doing. It's pretty late in the evening. I love how the yellow comes shining through in that. It's a really neat looking one. Like that. This one almost looks like it could be a Montezuma. It could be. I'm not sure, but I mean, it could be Malawi, but I'm just saying it could also be a Montezuma from Mexico, because I've been tumbling some of those recently. And they usually have a pastel color like that, but either way, Malawis can definitely have pastel colors too, so you can see how heavily fractured a lot of these Malawis are. Not like Lake Superior or Agates. And they're real pretty, but a lot of times they're so heavily fractured. But I like to tumble. They're fun to tumble. They're fun to cut. You never know what you're gonna see inside. You get some really, really good ones sometimes. But they're all fun to tumble. I really like the oranges in some of them, the oranges and yellows. Some have a nice salmon pink color to them. These ones are really cool here. real pretty colors in this one. I don't mind this so much. It adds character, but you know, it'd be cooler if it wasn't like that, but it doesn't really ruin it too much for me. It's alright, I really like that one a lot. This is one of my favorite ones in this batch. A lot of really pretty oranges. Let's see if I can scoop up a bunch from here. Oops. Oranges and yellows here. Nice little pieces. All yellow ones. So yeah, a lot of these littler pieces will probably be going into my grab bags that I'll be making up. I'm not sure which way it. Yeah, maybe like that. Lots of yellow ones for the most part. This clear chalcedony with a little bit of white and gold, but I really like the color. Looks real pretty with the light passing through it. This being a little pocket piece here, like that one. See, and then some of these are just kind of quartzy, kind of meh. Nothing to write home to mom about, but there's nothing wrong with throwing them in the rock tumblers. Just to see what happens. No sense throwing them out or nothing, you know. This is a nice little shape piece too. Too bad for that, but it's pretty smooth here. It's like it healed up pretty nicely, but I think this one's kind of funky. It's got like a little amethyst. Just a weird one. I like that orange kind of carnelian color too in these. Oh, here again, very fractured. That's a cat hair on there, or what's? Oh, no, that's a fracture. Black cat hair gets everywhere. This is a really neat one here. That's pretty wild. Yeah, I have much better luck cutting the Swazi agates. They're not as colorful as the Malawis, but this is a really nice piece here. This might actually be like an El Sueco piece. I'm not 100% certain on this one. I think that's what this might be. Mexican agate anyways, but yeah, I have a lot better luck with Swazi agates than I do Malawis, so I tend to buy more Swazi agates and have a better time cutting them than I do Malawis, and they're not nearly as expensive too, so but the Malawis that you do get that are amazing are usually above and beyond Swazis, but I have cut some pretty cool Swazi agates. See, I just get a lot of this carbonate in here, and it just doesn't tumble very well, doesn't polish very well at all. So sometimes I'll just cut that and just, but see, it's really got a lot of it running through there, so some of them aren't really worth the extra effort, in my opinion, to mess around with. That one's really cool. Like almost like little tiny platelets in there too. It's really cool. See, but you can see a lot of these Malawis do have a pastel color to them also. Some of these are so tiny, you can see why they call them Malawi babies. Some of these I did work on my flat lap, kind of rounded them down, and then just to have the whole thing polished, I threw it in the rock tumbler after I got done. After I got done working it on my flat lap. Let's see, try to move a little bit quicker here, and some of these I'm not even going to show in the back because they're not really worth the spotlight. I like those little circles there. Pretty neat little patterns in some of these. Got a lemon meringue color. Real pretty on the outside, and then you cut them into them, and then you're just like, oh, okay. But it is what it is. Yes, some of these I'm just gonna. I really like the reds in them though. Oh. All right. Let's show these nice bigger ones here. These ones I got from Joshua Ritter on one of his live sales that he had. So this one had been pre-worked by somebody. I like it, even though it's got that big old fracture in it. This one I had to grind down quite a bit. Also, it still needed more work done to it. This one didn't need as much. Turned out pretty nice. It's probably the best one of the three. I like them all though. They're all pretty cool. Woohoo! Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like this one the best, but this one's really cool too. So they're all pretty neat. I think we showed the other half of this one earlier. Oh, these ones are really pretty. I like the red and the pink and yellow in there. It's almost kind of like a rainbow color. It's a neat one. Oop. Sorry about that. It's hard to tell. This doesn't look like the lighting's picking up some of the colors on some of these, but that's okay. Let's go look at a few more here. Ones that I really like. This is a neat one. This one almost looks like it could be like a little tiny baby Moroccan agate, like a Berber agate. That might be what it is, I'm not sure, but anyways, it's in this batch, so we're taking a look at it. This is a really cool one. Interesting. Yeah, I think the rest of these will just kind of throw these into the bucket there with the rest of them. I like the fiery colors in that one. I don't want to make this video too long. I'm gonna have gotta look at the Botswana still, so let me clear these out of the way, and then we'll look at the Botswanas next. All right, here we have all the Botswanas. So I can usually tumble about 20 pounds of agates between all my different rock tumblers that I got, so I can I can tumble quite a few at a time. These Botswanas are nice because they can come in just about any color. I really like this one a lot. This one's really cool. Yeah, that one's pretty neat. It's like red and black and white. That's cool. These are really fun to look at. I really like Botswanas. I think they're pretty cool. It'd be cool to go to Botswana and look for these. I don't know if they're where exactly they're found at in Botswana, but I wouldn't mind traveling there and looking for some, because these are pretty cool. I think they're really neat. I still got a few left. I have yet to tumble, but I've got most of them. Most of them tumbled. They're all so unique because they come in every different color. They're all usually pretty unique. And yet you can always tell that they're Botswanas by looking at them. A lot of them have the parallax, the shadow banding in them, where it looks like the lines are moving, because the lines are stacked so tightly together. When the light passes through it, kind of like bounces off, and it makes it look like it's moving. I'm just trying to focus on these three guys. Wow. It's kind of hard to see them because they're all white, but that's pretty wild too. I'll show this one. This bad boy. This is a pretty big one. I had another one that was big like this, and my sister Gwen has it now. She grabbed it and she fell in love with it, and she said, "Mine." Oh, well, okay. A little bit of parallax on this one too. This is pretty cool. Oof. I don't usually cut these on my tile saw. I think they're usually just cool as they are, and I just tumble them as is. You know, they already come pre-tumbled. They don't come with an amazing shine on them, so you definitely want to spend a little bit of time on them, tumbling them. You don't need to spend a whole lot of time in step one, but some of these almost make you dizzy looking at them. Really cool. Oh, this one here I really like too. This one's fantastic. Wow. That is awesome. It's like the perfect shape too, nice and round. It's like, come on. That is cool. Cosmic. Pretty strong parallax in that one. I really like the orange in this one. You're like, hey, that's Malawi. You're like, oh, no. That's a Botswana. Look at that, that's cool. I think I get green in there sometimes. There's just so many of them. A little bit of banding there. It's hard to see it. Maybe a little bit right in there too. Still real pretty. Love the blue in that. That's just really cool. That's really neat. You know, so I think it would be so fun to find something like this. It seems to be a pretty good abundance of them in the market, like there's no shortage of them, so I imagine that you'd have pretty good luck going to get these, even if you have to pay to mine them. I would even pay, you know, whatever. It'd be a pretty fun experience. There's some places in Minnesota where you can pay to go looking for Lake Superior agates, you know, it's no big deal. They have some gravels, and you can go through the gravels that they have. They'll get gravel brought to them in big piles, and you pay the money, and you go out there and you just go through all the gravel piles and look for some Lake Superior agates. I found some last year, about the same time, Memorial Day weekend. Found some along Lake Superior also, but I also found some at a pay to dig. Well, kind of, not really dig, but like I said, they have the piles all laid out, and you go through them. They give you like a little bag. You fill that one up with as much as you want, and then if you want like another bag, I can't remember how much it is, but it's really reasonable. That's really cool. It's a neat little rock hounding bag, little pouch that they give you. I still use it. This one's got some like kind of like rosy purple colored almost in it. Yeah, you can see why I have so many to tumble. I really like these agates, they're really cool. Some dizzying patterns. You look at them and you just, wow. Get lost in those swirls and banding, and just so cool looking. Each agate tells a story. It's really cool to think about the processes that went into forming something like that. That's why I like agates so much versus other rocks, because I don't know, it just seems like the story they have to tell is a little bit more interesting, I guess. And sedimentary rocks can be cool when there's fossils in them, but other than that, they're kind of they're kind of just boring limestone and sandstone and mudstone and stuff like that. I may throw a few of these in the grab bags too, so you know I have so many of these Botswanas here. I love that pink and that. That's really cool. Pink is one of my favorite colors in agates, pink and purple. I like that soft pastel pink. Man, it's so awesome. I like that. That's a nice one. It's kind of a plain one there, huh? It's alright. These are like the most common ones, you know, those yellowish brownish colored ones. But you do find some pink in there sometimes. That was really interesting. It's pretty unique. Almost like snowflakes. Ooh. Wow. That is awesome. That's a nice one. Looks like it's having a hard time focusing on it. Focus! Doesn't want to play nice, we'll bring out the next one. Plenty of other agates to look at. Yeah, I like the really dark colors in these too. That's one of the most appealing things about these agates to me is I love the really dark, like the black and brown and white ones. Almost some of them with that purple in them too. That bluish purple, that's really cool. Get some really neat blue and black Oregon agates out in Oregon too. I have a few of those. I think I got from Karen Ozone. I think she sent me some. Let's see. I don't think we're going to look at all of these because we just have so many of them. We'll see if I can try to grab some of the better ones here. I mean, they're all pretty nice. I don't really think any of them are duds, huh? This one doesn't really have a whole lot of banding, but man, it's just even just it's like smoky kind of. I don't know. That's just really neat. I think that's cool too. There's a little bit of banding there, just tiny a bit, but I don't care. I think that's still pretty awesome. Some of these kind of remind me like cloud patterns or something. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think Malawi's look better to tumble, or do you think these Botswanas look better tumbled? Which one do you think are more interesting? Which would you rather see inside some grab bags? Would you be more excited about getting some Botswanas, or would you be more excited about getting some Malawis? Or let me know what you think. A lot of these bags that I already have made up are just beach rocks that I found, and then I'll have some bags with a mixture of ones that I found and some other ones, but everything that'll be ones that I have tumbled. So oh, they're also pretty. That's gorgeous. Wow. Yeah, it's like pinkish, and it's got like some lilac and white, and wow. That one's crazy. That's a nice one. Where do you guys like the Swazi agates, the Mozambique agates better? I think they're all pretty nice. But all right, 2 more, and then we're out of here. Last one. All right, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all your support. Until next time, take care and rock on.